The following video is entirely based on interviews and stories reported by other media outlets, which we collect and curate in an attempt to provide one coherent and well-rounded history piece from the world of professional wrestling.
Support WrestleTalk!
Donate on Patreon.
The Money in the Bank ladder match has become synonymous with the pay-per-view of the same name, and is generally one of the highlights of the year. With the introduction of a women's ladder match that only women have ever won, only women, it is arguably one of the most vital nights of the year in terms of storylines. But how did this all come about? Mi nombre es El Fakeador, and this is the true story of the Money in the Bank ladder match. Shortly before WrestleMania 21 in 2005, a show stacked with huge matches like Triple H vs Batista and Shawn Michaels vs Kurt Angle, a wrestler went to Vince McMahon with an idea for a match like no other. The superstar was none other than Y2J himself, Chris Jericho. Jericho found himself heading into Mania without a scheduled match, something he found incredibly troubling. And it wasn't just him that didn't have a storyline heading into that year's show. Edge, Christian, Chris Benoit, Shelton Benjamin, and Kane were all set to miss the show before Jericho spoke to former WWE writer Brian Gerwitz, who told him he had an idea for a match called a Hollywood Dream ladder match. The concept was simple. The winner of the match would get to fulfill any dream they wanted, with the original plan being that Rob Van Dam would win and fulfill his dream of bringing back ECW. In Jericho's autobiography Undisputed, How to Become the World Champion in 1,372 Easy Steps, he admitted it wasn't ideal, but if it meant having a match at WrestleMania, he would be happy for it to be pitched to Vince. However, the concept looked to be short-lived, as Vince McMahon thought the prize was stupid and that something else should be at stake. It was at this point that Jericho suggested that the winner would get a guaranteed title shot on the Raw after WrestleMania. Gerwitz liked the idea, but took it a step further to suggest that the contract for a title match would be valid for a whole year, with the holder being able to cash it in whenever they liked. The three men agreed, and the Money in the Bank match was born, but it was nearly scrapped just a few days later. In a typically Vince McMahon change of heart, the chairman decided he didn't like the idea after all, and would much prefer a triple threat submission match between Jericho, Edge, and Benoit. In his autobiography, Jericho wrote, "I hated the idea as I thought the concept and the match would be hard to sell, and that the Money in the Bank match was much more exciting and better for all involved." Jericho explained that all of the other competitors agreed, so a meeting was organized between the 6 superstars and Vince and Stephanie McMahon. To their credit, they heard us out and agreed. Everyone was glad they did, because the match was a staggering spectacle that came close to stealing the show, even if he does say so himself. You may remember it was Edge who went on to win that match, holding the briefcase until New Year's Revolution 2006, where he cashed in on a weakened John Cena to become the first superstar to cash in the briefcase. And there you have it, another thing we have to be thankful to Chris Jericho for. Ironically, the list goes on and on. So the Money in the Bank match will continue to be an opportunity for stars to show they have what it takes to become champion, unless you're Baron Corbin or Damien Sandow. We've got plenty of other Backstage Expose videos here on WrestleTalk, so click the playlist on screen right now for more awesome wrestling content. I've been El Fakeador, and that was Lucha.